of all, welcome to the brand new, not permanent, brand new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Bristol, baby! It seems like just 2 short years ago we had our temporary location, and now we are going live. If this is your first time ever, today we are going to be honoring this Hard Rock with a ceremonial guitar smash. And if you don't know what that is, all these guitars right here, we're going to bring up our executives and different people to come up who are going to honor to smash guitars. But don't worry, music fans, okay? Don't worry. These are not real guitars. They are Hollywood-type studio guitars, so no guitars will be harmed in the making of this ceremonial guitar smash, okay? Now he has done so much for this community and to make it as special as it is. He works tirelessly to make sure that you guys had this casino. He had a moonshot vision, and that moonshot vision was to bring a Hard Rock right here to Bristol. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, help me welcome to the stage with a roaring round of applause. Give it up for Mr. Jim McGlothlin, everybody! You can stand up! You can stand up!
Thank you very much. One correction, Virginia. Okay? What do you say, guys? Virginia? I love West Virginia too, but I'm from Virginia. Anyway, I welcome you to the new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on behalf of its owners. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. You know, you think this will never come, but it finally did. And let me say, in my dedication in the past, I was doing a coal mine or a golf course, never a hotel and casino resort. But how this all came about for a minute. Bristol Compressors about 5 years ago closed up here and laid off 2,000 people, and we've been experiencing that day after day, and it's really becoming a real problem. A lot of stress on Bristol, Virginia, and we were becoming a distressed city. So Clyde Stacy and I met, and I don't know where Clyde is. He didn't like the limelight at all. He's back in the back, I guess. But Clyde Stacy and I were talking about the problems we had in Bristol. He said, you know, I brought the old Bristol Mo, what would you think about putting a casino in there? And I thought, you do know it's not legal to have a casino in Virginia, for God's sake. He said, yeah, but together we can make this happen. Good man. I doubt it, for God's sake. Anyway, we talked about that. He said, don't you think we could at least think about that? So I called my president of my company, Martin Kent, and the general counsel, Jason Ige. I said, what do you think, guys? And they said, I think you and Clyde have gone crazy, for God's sake. Which was a challenge, of course. So I said, I'm sorry, we got to try this, because Bristol has to have something. As you said, it's a moonshot, because it does bring tourism here all at one time instead of waiting 20 years for it. So I put Martin and Jason to work thinking about it, and I went back to Clyde and said, okay, I'm in, so I want to buy half of your building, mall, which we agreed to in about 10 minutes. And so Martin and Jason called up a guy named Alan Diamondstein, and he was our lawyer out for the Richmond area, out in Newport News, Virginia, and he'd gotten out of the General Assembly a long time ago. And he did a little lobbying work, but we hadn't had to do anything. We hadn't done any business in Virginia for 10 years except our golf course. So we hired him, and he said, there's a 15% chance it's going to work, but I'll take your money and try. So the good thing for him, he hired Chuck Duvall, who's here in the crowd today, and together they worked so hard on this. Of course, we all did, but we went down to Virginia General Assembly. Alan died, by the way, a couple of years ago. And the first year we were there, we didn't get it in. It had been trying for 18 years. But Jason and Martin stayed down there day and night. They rented an apartment there all for 3 months while the legislature was going on. So the first year we got it through the House, but not through the Senate. And then the second year we managed to get the whole thing done. So, then we had to have a referendum here in Bristol. And frankly, we hadn't thought much about that, whether it was going to pass or not. And then we started worrying about it because, we didn't really know for sure how our city felt about it. But a good thing came along about that time. I was in Scottsdale, Arizona with Rusty Walsh, the famous NASCAR driver, at Barrett Jackson Auto Auction. And that night at dinner, we had dinner with a bunch of people we knew, that he knew and others did. And there was a lady sitting beside me, and she said, "Who's going to manage that casino for you if you get it?" And I said, "I don't have any idea. We'll have to look at that later." She said, "Son, you better be doing it quicker." She was on some TV stations, and if you're going to do it right, you need Hard Rock. I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes." And Jim Allen's the chairman. So right then she picked up the phone and left Jim a message. "Please call Jim McGlothlin." Next morning, about daylight in Arizona, Jim gives me a call, and we agreed to meet the next Monday right here on this property. And he was there here from Fort Lauderdale, 8 o'clock in the morning. And at 11:30, we had a letter of intent, and it was the best thing that ever happened to us. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm going to say something about them in a minute, but I have to say, not only did Jim agree to it, but the chief of the Seminole Indians, Marcellus Osceola. Let's give him a big hand. They own Hard Rock, Seminoles do, and they're the best partners you've ever had. And the only thing about Marcellus, he's a great golfer, and I think he wants all that I might ever make here back on the golf course. He's been giving me real trouble with it. So keep him in Florida. Anyway, with Hard Rock's help, we went to work here in Bristol, and we didn't get this sign up. We came up with this slogan: "We're betting on Bristol." Remember that? I think it was a great slogan. And so with Hard Rock's help, we just immersed Bristol, and we talked to everybody, religious leaders, civic leaders, knocked on doors, and it came out, they voted at the referendum, 79% approval of it. And I'm so pleased about that, because as a citizen here, I would never want to do this if the people didn't want it. And my friend Bill here, Harry Cole, the senator then, he said, "I'm against gambling, and that's good. That's fine, Bill. You said this time the people can decide that, not me. That's a great position for legislators to take, I'll tell you. That's so thoughtful of you." But it turned out that 79% wanted it. And I bet you anything we could get near 90 today, because it's changed a lot of lives here, as you well know. So, Hard Rock came to town then, their people, and they began to put in the temporary, which took about 6 months, and it opened, everybody knows about that. Within a few weeks, we had people from all over the United States, every single city was here. And we had a great manager that came to town with Hard Rock. Her name's Alistine. I can hardly evangelistic. Sorry, Fabian, he gave her a hard name, her husband. So anyway, she came to town as the manager. And gosh, did she not only hire people, train people, run this casino, but she fit into Bristol as a wonderful person in all the civic things and all of her activities with charities. We just all need to give her a standing ovation. We also, when they started this, we had to have some people who helped from Hard Rock, and they were just great. We had John Lucas, the head of operations, and Joe Emanuel, who was an architect and design person with Hard Rock. And they just did a fabulous job, I think, not only the temporary, but the whole casino. I'm so proud of it, and I just can't tell you, Jim, and all of your associates, what great casinos and hotels that you gave us. Just really terrific. So I just want to thank a few people now. I can't name all your names. I'm probably not at your age of 84, I wouldn't remember them anyway. But things do change as you get older. But anyway, first of all, the Bristol City Council always stood behind this project. They didn't vote on it necessarily to begin with, but they always thought we should have a casino. And at the end, when they had to have a bid for who got it, we won the bid and put it in here. But you were great, the City Council was. The Virginia State Legislature, just many of, certainly our local people, many of who are in the crowd today from the whole state, thank you so much for your support and for recognizing the need that Bristol, Virginia had. And thank you to the supervisors out in the counties in our southwestern Virginia. There's 14 counties out there that will benefit from this tax rise. And the people of Bristol, thank you for your support. Without you, this just could not have happened. You believed in us, you trusted us, and I hope we'll continue to fulfill that trust you have. And I couldn't say enough about Hard Rock and what they have meant to us. Jim Allen is one of the fairest people I've ever dealt with. No matter what, he's always does things right, and just great to have it. And I know he's backed up with his staff with that. And Marcellus, even though you take advantage on the golf course, you're one great guy to be a part of this. So we're really happy to be part. Clyde and I are really happy to be partners with Hard Rock and the Seminole Indian Tribe of Florida, and we just can't thank all of you who are here enough. You'll hear from Jim and Marcellus in a little bit, but it's been a sincere pleasure to work on this project together. And as we said to begin with, if you're gonna, as I said, if you're gonna bet on Bristol, and as they say at the racetrack, it's Bristol, baby. And you know what? Today, the owners of Hard Rock Hotel and Casino give you this casino as our winning jackpot number. Okay? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for Jim McGlothlin, everybody. We're betting on Bristol.
Good morning. At least got someone excited, ready to go. Open those doors up. Let's play. Yeah. Welcome. Apparently, my name is just as difficult to say as yours, as Aaron demonstrated. Truly amazing to be here this morning. And I'll get to you in a minute, Jim. You owe me one. But it's, we're going to fill this place later on in the night. Blake Shelton's coming to town with many other entertainers, yes. Many other entertainers. The Hard Rock has the ability to bring entertainment to a place where it's lacking or is starving for action, excitement. That's what we want to bring to this town. As we immerse ourselves in Sapling Grove, right? Wasn't this at one time Sapling Grove? Well, that was 250 years ago. 1768, and prior to that, this was Native American land. Took us 255 years to come back, but we're back in Bristol, baby. That's one thing that this company does, and that's one thing that our tribe supports. Immersing ourselves in the community, becoming part of it, making it a home for us. And as you walk around, you'll see artifacts on the walls of the local entertainment or local artifacts from what happened here, what was here, what could have been here at one time that we all forgot, because who knows that this place was called Sapling Grove in 1768? Okay, fun fact that you guys will never use again. Sorry. That's what I do. But again, it's about immersing yourself, connecting, because we are all one, and we serve all, and we love all. Those are our mottos that this company stands by and that our tribe believes in. And as a leader of 4,486 people today, I'm honored to have this chance to spread the wealth of what we've been able to do for ourselves to other communities like this who are starving. And it is all through the vision of Jim McGlothlin, who is, by the way, not a terrible golfer, so don't buy that I'm beating him every time that I come out. He just sandbags, that's all that is. But without his vision, and Clyde, buying this property and then coming out and seeing it, and the vision that they had for the community to bring back people to the community. I mean, we went to the place right out here for breakfast this morning. I think it was egg and grill, or egg up and grill, or what it was. But the people that were talking about it and the excitement that you hear in there, of course they didn't know who I am, but of course I'm not going to be a secret anymore after this. But as anybody knows me personally, I try to keep a low profile. I try to get as low as I can and keep my stature down. So I'm trying to remain humble, and I want to be treated just like you are as a customer. So that way I know what's going on and how you feel, because you're spending your hard-earned dollars at our entertainment facility, and that's what this is, an entertainment facility. We're vying for your night out at dinner with your wife or your girlfriend or significant other or your children. They bring them out to have a good time at one of our local venues that are out here in the back. But again, we're doing that for you because you're supporting the local economy here with the people that live here, the jobs that are created in the homes that are built, and the people that are going to raise their families here for many generations to come, because this place is going to be a success. Look around. Every place that we build has a connection with the communities that it's in, and we take time and we take part in everything that the community does, and we will donate our time as well as our dollars to reinforce everything that this community stands for. You can bet on that. Bet on that, Bristol. So as modest as Jim McGlothlin is, he's not telling the whole truth. Yes, I am a okay golfer, won't lie, but he is a really good golfer, and he takes my money. So who's a liar now? But He does play from a few tees up from me, so he has quite an advantage. But again, Father Time will get us all. He did mention it. One thing that we do share in common, I think that's what really enforced our friendship, our relationship, and we call each other brothers at this point. We're 32 years separated, but we share the same birthday, and I'm truly honored to be in his presence. So, again, this doesn't happen, this place doesn't happen without a whole bunch of people putting time and effort, sweat, blood, and tears into this. And I want to thank our team from Hard Rock with our head Jim Allen, John Lucas, Joey Manuel, the list goes on and on. I see all the guys, David Honeymeyer, Keith Sheldon. Oh, Sean's here. Oh, wow. Special occasion. And then, without the support of the Seminole Tribe of Florida and all the members back home, I'm sure word will get back that this is quite a place, and they're looking forward to coming here and staying at some point and checking out one of our new facilities. But it has truly been an awesome sight to see Jim and his team, the gang of attorneys and lobbyists that we had up in Virginia to make this happen for you, the people here in Bristol. One fact that I will tell you is that when I came up here, after we opened up the temporary, the one thing that I heard resoundingly from everybody who visited said, if that's what you can do with the temporary, I can't wait to see what you do with the permanent building, because this place is going to be awesome. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are blown away as I am, because when we do it right, and we want you to have a good time and come back and spread the word. So again, enjoy yourselves, have fun, not too much, control yourselves. And again, be safe on your travels, and again, we hope to see you soon. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy yourselves.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I define this as a hot mic, so I gotta step back a little. I'm so honored to be able to say a few words at this amazing day, launching, more importantly, this amazing facility that will have a true economic impact, not just for Clyde and Jim and obviously the tribe and myself, but for everyone. And we are a very unique company when it comes to building, designing, and creating entertainment destinations, which I'll talk about in a moment. But I'd like to get a couple housekeeping items, put aside real quickly. First of all, I never get in the middle of this golf dispute between Jim and Marcy, because first, I don't play. I don't have the time. You guys are very fortunate. Secondly, Allie, I wouldn't try to pronounce your last name in a million years. So, we certainly can't thank you enough, which I'll mention in another moment. But, Hard Rock was very fortunate. There were 5 to 6 different locations in the state of Virginia that people were talking to us about. And Mr. McGlothlin is correct. We got that call. Actually, it went to Jeff Hook first. And Jeff said, there's a gentleman, he's had amazing success. He really fits with the brand because he's part of the community. It's not just about the almighty dollar. And, what do you think? And I said, well, Bristol probably isn't the largest economic market, but I did exactly what Jim said, and we changed our schedules, and I was here the next morning. What we did was we sat in your hangar for a little while, and then we landed here on this site. And I just look at it last night. I was here last week. Everyone was panicked. Are we going to make it? But, John and I have been working together for many decades, and Joe Emanuel, and, we felt pretty good that it would be okay. Trust me, we've been in worse situations, right? But we always seem to manage to get it over the mountaintop. And it wasn't about the economics. I just felt this amazing connection, specifically with Jim, because of his character. And that's something that really means a lot to me personally, and obviously representing the tribe and being partnered with the tribe, it's about the future. So he's right, we basically had a deal done in a very short period of time. And like any relationship, you have to navigate through all the ups and downs of budgets and buildings and capital markets and all those things. But I'm truly honored to be your partner, Jim, and obviously Clyde. I think he is sitting down there, at least I saw him earlier. We're so fortunate. And hopefully we've collectively created something that everyone is very proud of. Second thing I like to do is, he doesn't get enough recognition, but our chairman, Marcellus Osceola, he doesn't just come to events like this, but he's literally leading an independent nation. The Seminole Tribe of Florida has its own school system, its own health system, its own police, fire, thousands of over 4,000, almost 5,000 members. And Marcy is the one elected official, and I've been with the tribe now for over 24 years, that always finds time to not just do the things for the community, but understands very candidly what he spoke about, Jim, has vision for the future. And these type of relationships and partnerships are what make that so successful and candidly make all of our jobs, the employees at Hard Rock, so much easier when we have that support from the tribe itself. I have a little slide or two I'll go through, and I'm sure John is going to thank a lot of people, but I do want to acknowledge a few individuals. First of all, our designers and contractors. These buildings are hard to do. You would be shocked how many casinos are launched and the openings just become very challenging. So a special thanks to Joe Emanuel. I think Joe is here. Joe, please stand up. And all of our contractors and designers, working with both the partners in order to get the facility to where it is. Special thanks to Sosh Architects. Where's Tom Sykes? I know he's here somewhere. Tom and I and Joe have been working together for like 40 years. And just not to, once again, we're all correcting the MC this morning, but I've actually been in the hospitality industry for 50 years now. So I got an extra 6 years before I got involved with casinos. We would certainly like to thank all of the support that we received from the local officials on our permits, but most importantly, the Virginia Lottery. This was a little bit of a challenging timetable based upon the state law, based upon the temporary, and we cannot thank them enough for their support and them understanding what the vision was to really have one amazing opening in this type of environment so that we can create the publicity so that it now becomes a true tourist destination, not just slots in a box. We're not about a gaming building. That's not what Hard Rock does. We are an entertainment company that creates entertainment. Jim mentioned it, Marcy mentioned it. This isn't the biggest Hard Rock Live we have, but the amazing power of Hard Rock has the ability to bring a Blake Shelton or whoever it may be, or Pitbull, to come to this stage, not just tonight, but in the future. So we're very thankful to them. Allie, to you personally, the amount of time that you've put in, we cannot thank you enough. But more importantly, all the employees that you've hired. It is amazing. Humorously, they're almost too friendly, right? And I say that in a fun way. But the reality is, welcome to the Hard Rock family. Over 60,000 employees in 74 countries around the world. That is our family. This brand is now 54 years old, and we have had amazing success, and we truly welcome you, not just from the temporary, but obviously launching this amazing building, so thank you. I want to close with just two more items. We also need to thank all of our bankers and the people that were involved both locally and frankly people that play in the space at the highest level that finance buildings like this. Obviously, Mr. McGlothlin and the tribe and Clyde, we always create a balance sheet with very, very strong equity. Hard Rock is the only company in the history of gaming entertainment that enjoys investment-grade ratings from Moody's, Standard & Poor, and Fitch, and we have had those ratings for, I believe it's 17, 18 years now. No other organization has ever done that. But even with that credibility, and even with all the success that Mr. McGlothlin and Clyde have had here, not just in the state of Virginia, but globally, you still need bankers to take the risk. And they did that, and we certainly appreciate that. John Lucas. John, please stand up. So no one deserves more credit than John. I have been in many casino, hotel, and restaurant openings, hundreds, who knows, in the bottom of 1,000. But I literally now have the ability, and John does such an amazing job, that I don't have to be here 3 weeks straight, punching rooms, what's this, what's that. Sure, we walk around, we see things, but it would have never happened without John. So I thank you so much. To his lovely wife and family that are here, we're sorry we take him away from you all the time. But truly an amazing job, and I think the facility is truly world-class. Even just the production that we've seen so far as this event has commenced. World-class. The video, unbelievable. I'll never forget when Pitbull called me up and said, I want to do something with Blake Shelton. Can you help me? Can we do something? And obviously now to see that video used this morning is truly amazing. There's over $10 billion in revenue at Hard Rock locations. Over 140 to 150 million customer visitations on an annual basis. That's every single year. And do you know what they're going to hear about? They are going to hear about Bristol, Virginia. This will be marketed to every single patron of Hard Rock in every single country around the world. So that we hope will help drive more revenue, create more opportunities for jobs and employment, and that's certainly something the brand brings, to this particular partnership. When we think about entertainment, as I mentioned, this year we're actually going to exceed over 40,000 live music events at Hard Rock locations around the world. So Keith Shelton, who I know is here somewhere, he's our president of Hard Rock Entertainment. When he is out working with the biggest artists in the world, we have that ability to navigate the buying power of Hard Rock to have, superstar artists come here to drive more excitement and obviously more visitations, not just to this building, but to the Bristol area. And last but not least, I won't go through all the numbers of machines and hotel rooms, but it is still the world's largest collection of music memorabilia. And I know Gio and the Memo team are here also. They just do an amazing job. It's absolutely fascinating to the research and to the history that they look into. But when you have the world's largest collection of music memorabilia, it really allows us to tell so many different stories of all walks of life, of all cultures, and more importantly, of all kinds of music, so that's very important.
Who's ready for Guitar Smash out there? Make some noise!
Feel good stuff. Up under the seat of my big Jack truck. Rolling on 35s. Pretty girl on my side. You got that sun.
Hold it up. Take the photo. All right, Slim, go down. Bristol, we're going to count down to 10 together, and we're going to open up this brand new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,